Good morning, YouTube. So I'm sure y'all can see it's 8:40, 41 degrees. So I'm starting a little bit late. We've gotten a couple. Yesterday it didn't rain, but the day before that, it did rain, and also the day before that it rained. So I didn't work yesterday because I wanted like at least a day for the ground to dry up a little bit, just because it's, as you can tell, still somewhat cold. Well, 41 is cold to me. Anything close to 40s and then underneath 40 is cold for me. I think I got like 9 for today. We'll try to do 9. We'll see. But I mean, the good thing about daylight savings is that we'll be able to be out to like 7:30, maybe closer to 8 if we have to. Last week I did about like 10 properties. This week I wanted to do like 25 this week. So pretty much the rest of my bi-weeklies this week. But because of the rain, I'm going to have to push some for next week. So this week I'll probably do anywhere from like 10 to 15 properties this week. And then I did pick up a cleanup job that I quoted $650. It should take us about 4, maybe 5 hours. So I don't know. I think I could have charged a little bit more, maybe like $750 to $775. But again, I'm slow right now, so I'd rather just fill up our day. Get a good day's at least 4 or 5 hours that I'll be able to give to Jacob, and then like, at the end of the day, like I'll be making some money too, opposed to like just being at the house. But I really don't want to be out here. So when it gets this cold, like I just feel so like not motivated or anything. But I'm still out here trying to make it. But we'll see. I will go over my trailer sign. I'll try. No, I'll do it. So I'll go over the trailer sign today in this video, and then y'all can see what how I made my sign, because that is probably the number one question that I've been getting nonstop. Is like, where'd you get your sign? Cool sign. Where'd you get it? I was like, all right, let me go over it, because I said I would. So I mean, I don't mind sharing you guys my secrets and stuff. That's the whole point of this channel, is for like new guys that are starting out. Give them some pointers. I wish I had someone like me kind of like watching these videos and telling them like what to do, what not to do, or kind of like see the motion of where I'm at. I'm still a small business. It's this would be my second year going full-time. So second year going full-time, and then this would be my 4th year. So obviously the first 2 years I did it like a side hustle, side gig. So I still had my job, and then last year I left to do this full-time, and then this year I'm starting off with not having a job. So it's definitely a roller coaster of emotions, but we're going to do that house. So let's get it. So all that's left is to blow, but pretty much what I ended up spending on my logo, trailer signs, and business cards was $900, which it is a good bit of money they're gonna spend on advertising. But again, it could be a write-off. And pretty much if I'm able to sign up one client and I service that one client 15 times, and say I lock them in at $60 is a small cookie cutter yard, that one client servicing them 15 times pretty much pays for everything. But because I have expenses, fuel, all this other stuff, let's say 2 clients. So if you're able to lock in 2 clients and you service them 15 times, you'll pretty much break even with your overall cost. Now, pretty much what you have to do is you have to download an app called Fiverr, and I'll make another video and I'll kind of clip it to this one or after this one. Fiverr pretty much, you're able to see other people's work, and it's a lot of like, from what I remember, it was like a lot of like Middle Easterns or like Indians that kind of like that's what they do for a living. That's how they make their living. And then you can kind of like look up logos or mascots, and then you can see their artwork. So if I can go back, I wouldn't do myself like this again, because if I'm thinking long term, I'm not always going to be in the truck. Eventually I'll be more in like a management role or CEO role where I'm not out on the field. So it wouldn't make sense for my crew to be running me when I'm not one of the crews or crew members. So I think you kind of want to go with like an animation or like some animal, some beast or something. I know some people do like sharks or something, or like some kind of like fish or lion or something, or bear. But we'll go over it and you guys can see what your options are. All right, so this is it. This is Fiverr. Again, you can see on the top it says Fiverr. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to search for mascot. So let's look up mascot. See what pops up. There you go, mascot logo. And you can browse around to see, their designs and whatnot. What I look at is obviously the stars and how many reviews they've gotten. So this guy has 2,373 reviews, 4.9. So obviously he'd be pretty good. So let's click on him. You can browse his artwork. So if you want something like what I'm running, he'd be great. You would just send him a picture of yourself, your mower, and then tell him what you're thinking. But you can see that his stuff is pretty good. So I know you'll probably want the $65 one, but that's only including like one body. So it's gonna cost you more to add your mower. Say if you want a little house in the back, if you want grass, clouds, or a sky, I would say expect to pay like $200. But you can see like his work's pretty good, so I would go with him. Pretty much the whole process takes about like 2-3 weeks. So you'll pretty much send him a picture, like 2 or 3 pictures of yourself, of the mower. And then most of the time you'll be able to revise his work like 3 times. So if you don't like something, like, hey, can you try doing this? He'll do it. And if you didn't like it again, you could do that up to 3 times until he gets it right, pretty much. And then after that, if you still want him to revise it, I think he'll charge you a little bit. But I mean, 3 revisions, pretty standard. So again, thinking back, like I wish I would have gone more with like a mascot or logo. We can see this one. This one is more like a character. So maybe something like that, because I'm not always going to be in the truck. So it just doesn't make sense for me to run my logo if in the future I have 2 or 3 crews and I'm not going to be in the truck. They're like, oh, who's that guy? Like, oh yeah, he's our boss, but he's not on the field. He's, in the office or whatever. So maybe something like this where, you do like an animation, where you're able to keep it long term, because I know in the future I'll have to redo my logo. But this one's pretty good too. 55. Again, the prices aren't bad, but once you start adding stuff, that's when it's gonna add up. And I would say, if you do want a mower, make sure you pick a mower that you're gonna be running throughout your whole, or throughout a good chunk of your business. Because if you have like 3 or 4 different brands, if you put like yourself riding a John Deere, but you're out there using a Skag or an Exmark, you're kind of all over the place, and it kind of defeats the whole purpose of, your trailer sign and whatnot. But yeah, so this, I would say, expect to pay $200 after everything's said and done. And then they'll only send you the PDF file. So with that PDF file, you'll be able to order business cards or go to your marketing store and get a trailer sign like I did. But just the PDF file, expect to pay $200. Oh, we actually finished a little earlier today than what I anticipated. This is probably the last one, and then we'll probably just be working on my yard a little bit so I can give Jacob a few more hours. I did have to skip like 3 or 4 just because they don't really need anything. You know, grass is still dormant, and I didn't want to just be mowing dirt and grass. But you know, a couple more weeks, grass is all gonna wake up and start growing, and it'll be balls to the walls. But yeah, so you know, everything was, like I said, was 900, so 200 for your artwork, and then business cards I would say 200, and the trailer sign was 500. So again, as long as I'm able to sign up 2 people because of my trailer sign, which I think that's very realistic. I honestly think I'll probably sign up like 10 people because of my sign, because just from the other years, the trailer sign that I used to run, I want to say I got like at least like 8 people because of that in one season. So it's doable. So I think it's worth it. But again, it probably takes like 2 months. But like always, like, subscribe. I appreciate y'all. Peace. So this is Future Manny. As you can tell, we're remodeling the house a little bit. We're getting things ready for my daughter's first birthday a couple weeks from now. But I did want to give a shout out to my buddy Sean. He just started his YouTube channel, so it would mean a lot if you guys can subscribe to him. I think he has 1 video right now, and I know he's been under the weather, but he's been in the business, I want to say like 6 or 7 years, so he's pretty much fully booked from my understanding. And if I have any questions, normally he's been my go-to guy. If I'm stuck on something, you know, I bounce off ideas to him. So I definitely want to give him a shout out. It would mean a lot if you guys can go and subscribe to his channel. And then check out his first video, which I'll put a screenshot to. And then a link to his YouTube channel will be under my description, or you can just look up, I believe it's SX2. But just follow the link below. But I appreciate y'all. Peace.